Welcome to BET's Black Coffee. I'm Marc Lamont Hill with my co-host Gia Peppers and Jameer Pond is back. Yes.
No, yes. Yeah, you don't have to keep saying I'm back.
Every day I'm surprised.
I'm part of the show. That's crazy.
But we have
That's crazy,
an even better special guest.
I'm
and
a special guest.
Wow.
And he's a musician.
Yo,
And you can
I'm
see him.
Pill at you.
All right, I got a special guest. He's on Netflix. He's amazing. He has a hit show. It's called On My Block. Can we give it up for Brett Gray? Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
You are our first official Philadelphian on the show, which is a really big deal.
Oh, damn.
That's right.
Mark, can you do that now?
Can you do the same thing?
Can you do the same
you
thing?
got it.
You
You
from
got
Philly?
it. You
Do the
got
same
it.
thing.
You
It's
got
not a
it.
Philly thing.
Any block.
It's a young
Any
people
block.
thing.
It's any block.
Any block.
Any block.
Any block.
So I did not know that you were from Philly originally.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then I found out you actually are like not only Philly, but you're like out of Creative and Performing Arts High School.
Yes.
You're like the
Uh-oh.
No, this is good.
Okay.
You're in the tradition of the Roots and Boys
Yeah,
to Men
yep.
and Jasmine Sullivan
Yep.
and Amel LaRoe. Like what's that like?
Honestly, I don't know. At our school, it's super like, they don't really talk about it that much. They're just kind of like, oh yeah, you're part of this like thing, but you know, it's never really talked about. And then I saw Jasmine Sullivan on a flight, and I was like, ooh, this is my chance to be like, yo.
Give a secret handshake.
And she was like, oh my God, congratulations. But also, I don't know you. No, I don't know you. And I was like, okay, you're right. So I was like,
You're right,
okay,
sis.
there we
Ooh,
go.
that could be
So
awkward.
the performing arts school was called Kappa.
Kappa.
Yes.
That's
Kappa.
fire.
Yeah.
I live for
The
that.
Creative and Performing Arts High School
It's
of Philadelphia.
a super big deal. Make sure y'all come into us with questions because we have a discussion going on. We want you in the discussion too. Use the hashtag Black Coffee Live. The question of the day, if you could reboot anything from the 90s, a TV show, a movie, fashion line, anything, what would it be? We'll read your comments throughout the show. So, yes, back to you,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Are you having a good morning?
I'm having a good morning.
I
Yeah.
am.
I mean, I'm here, so it's like.
Exactly.
You know,
We're happy
right.
to have
it's
you.
better than being
you on
asleep.
Black coffee.
You
Yeah.
Sugar, no cream.
Okay.
Sugar, no cream.
Oh.
Oh.
You anthem?
You heard that?
Is that gonna be the new thing?
Yeah, but speaking of
If I'm
people,
not a special guest.
people who sing, you are a singer as well.
well,
When we were,
whoa.
researching, doing our,
Okay.
fact checking about you, I heard some of your singles. So you're an actor
Yes.
and a singer.
Yep.
Do you I see you dance.
I dance.
So Kappa really prepared you for all of it.
You know what? It really did. It really did. And back when I was there, I didn't have any idea that it was. I was like, when am I
Were you a
going
vocal
to ever?
major or a drama major?
I was a drama major.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't have any like formal vocal training at all. This is all just kind of me.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of speaking of no vocal training. Miley Cyrus.
Oh my goodness. That's so rude. Girl. She was a little country singer before she got all pop and stuff.
her dad is Billy Ray Cyrus. She got
vocal training.
Okay.
Maybe she don't got no home
Maybe
training.
not.
Maybe that's
That's what it is.
Maybe she ain't got no home training, cuz.
That's what
Maybe
it is.
that's it.
So she did. Just to be clear, for those who don't know, Miley Cyrus has apologized for her disparaging comments about hip hop.
Twerk, Miley, man.
So initially she said that. Jameer, you can probably explain it better.
All right, so
This is your area.
All right,
So
so boom, right? Miley Cyrus in the 2017 interview had dismissed hip hop, talking about how it's misogynistic and how she felt like she didn't want to be a part of it. She said other things anymore.
After twerking all
Right.
Okay.
Then somebody does a video saying how Miley Cyrus is her problematic fave. And lists all these things about how great Miley Cyrus is, about how she's problematic. Miley Cyrus goes in the YouTube comments and makes this long comment like, I understand.
Miley Cyrus went to the YouTube
Yes,
comments.
Miley Cyrus herself.
Right. Problem number one. Right?
Problem number one. So she goes, I understand I have the ability to hop out of black spaces and I apologize for using my privilege. Now here's the thing. All cool, right? Last week she drops a single called Dream, which is a reference to Cream with Ghostface Killer. The song stands for Drugs Rule Everything Around Me.
Wow.
Now, final conclusion on Miley Cyrus. Cultural appropriator? Absolutely. Ignorant? The thing I have a problem with Miley Cyrus the most is, how you gonna say misogyny and sex and all these jewels and material, that's not cool. But then you drop a hip hop song called Drugs Rule Everything Around Me. Like, shorty, like, Mark, look, I want to keep my job, so I ain't gonna say too much.
Oh no, that's how you keep your
Okay,
job.
all right.
Talk about Miley.
Right.
But wait,
She's a cultural appropriator.
Yeah.
And it's blatant. And she keeps, and she has a large black fan base. Too.
Yeah.
But
Really?
Yeah.
Where they
She
at?
does.
Yeah,
Oh.
she
She
does
really
have a large
does.
black fan base, but I think she's a bozo.
I just think also there's this blurred line on what is hip hop. Because I feel like even in Miley's hip hop phase, I wasn't like, okay, she makes hip hop music. It was like this sort of like
Her interpretation.
her interpretation of what hip hop
It was
is. So I feel
whitewashed.
like, so
Yeah.
I feel like maybe she's talking about something that's not.
I think Miley's just full of it.
Yes. She's an appropriator.
I mean, I think also what we saw in that time of Miley's attempt to be in hip hop was a girl that was also trying to show the world that she was no longer a Disney kid.
person, yeah.
And so a lot of the times when those, especially the Disney kids, wild out, they wild out in places where, like, you know, we don't usually see them, but she had so much fame. Like, she was Miley, Hannah Montana everywhere,
right.
that she was like, I'm gonna do it here, and I'm gonna start twerking on the stages at award shows, and then y'all really get it. And but the thing is, and I think a lot of white people who are able to understand that they can just hop in and out of it, that's why it comes across fake for us. Because it's like, you don't really love this, you're using this because this is what is trending. We're the number one genre right now in music. So of course you're gonna be in hip hop. So it's almost like a slap in the face to all of the years that, you know, we weren't
number
allowed,
one.
like
Right.
on MTV, they wouldn't play music videos.
Right.
And now it's like, but wait,
Right.
I'm gonna do hip hop because it's gonna get lit now.
Right.
And also, you know what really pissed off my parents, right? It's this idea.
That's
That's what frustrates me, right? Is that her cry for help, her bad girl act, is to twerk, to be on all these black folk,
Right.
to be at black award shows, and so it reinforces stereotypes that there's something wrong with hip hop.
Right.
And then when, like you said, when the pressure gets too hot, you can just leave and go back to being the different Miley. You can be Hannah Montana
She
again.
came out with a country song last year.
Exactly. Then you can go back again.
Exactly.
Exactly. See, that bothers. By the way, Marlon Harrison is on the YouTubes
Marlon.
checking in from Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh, hey.
Lakeisha Chambliss Johnson sends love and greetings from Birmingham, Alabama. We love Birmingham. So it's like one of those things for me where I just get very frustrated with her. And then for her to say, well, I had to leave hip hop because it's too misogynistic and it's too exploitative. But you are in Hollywood.
Right.
Right? So are you going to leave Hollywood now?
Right.
Like, are you going to leave all these other places in the world as bad? Or is hip hop the only place where bad stuff happens? Look, hip hop needs to be critiqued for misogyny.
Yeah.
Hip hop is misogynistic, it's materialistic. I'm with it, right? But it ain't the only place. And somehow
Exactly.
she just uses that. I don't like it.
I don't like it either in the sense of like rebellion has to be tagged with like black. You know what I'm saying? Like for me to be rebellious and to show people I'm not this Disney kid, I gotta go into black spaces. Cause that'll really piss my family, my fans off, and people will have to accept me for who I am because now I'm in this alternative space that no one's used to. I'm not, and she considered herself, like people were calling her dirty and all this was exploiting black culture. So now we get tagged with all the things that she's doing, including her being the pioneer of twerking. Like, yo.
And it was a struggle. And it was a struggle.
It was a struggle.
It was
like
a struggle.
two chicken cutlets just bouncing up
All
like
right.
that. Boom, boom, boom.
So,
I said it, I don't care.
some good news out of hip hop.
Yeah.
Scarface.
Yes.
Uncle Face. Brad Jordan, as he now wants to be called, as he runs for
I like that. That
city
sounds
council.
That sounds like a good NBA name, though.
That's a good. Brad Jordan
Brad
is a pretty
Jordan.
good American name for
Bradford
anything.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd vote for him.
But you probably wouldn't vote for Scarface.
I would.
I mean,
vote for
I
Scarface.
know
I would vote for
Scarface.
Scarface.
I would.
Okay.
You seen Scarface? It was lit.
Yeah. Fair point. So he's running for city council in Houston.
Right.
The current person holding the seat is moving on to run for the mayoralty.
Right.
And so he has decided to
Run.
pick up that seat, representing the southern part of Houston where he was raised and where, you know, he really wants to institute change. I think it's really dope. And as someone, I'm a little bit younger than Scarface, but part of that generation, watching people go from being rappers to doing other things.
I love that.
We celebrate the entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
We celebrate, you know, the philanthropy, but people who are trying to do community change. And he's talking about city council. This isn't like running for governor or mayor.
Right.
You know, where you get all the attention. This is every day being in city hall, filling out papers, you know,
Right.
getting people potholes filled, getting, you know what I mean?
Right.
Keeping the libraries open. I mean, that kind of work. And the fact that he cares about that and is committed to that, to me, is just amazing.
Right. I mean, hip hop was, when it started, rap, when it started, was they were the voice for the voiceless.
Right.
Rappers were the people that were talking about the everyday struggle and the things that were actually happening in our communities, in the hoods, where no one wanted to look because it was so dangerous and so bad. And then they created these stories that were able to be beautiful representations of black struggle, of lifestyles in the hood. And so for him to say, like, now that I'm old enough and, you know, I'm gonna let y'all kids have the music, all y'all little so-and-sos, y'all can do it. I'm gonna actually do the work that now that I've been here long enough to see like what influence and power can actually do. I think that's one of the most beautiful things about seeing hip hop mature is that like we have these artists now who are like smart and older, and then they're like, okay, but also you're not gonna keep playing with us in those ways. And I think that's really dope of him. So I'm excited to see.
I love the fact that we are seeing hip hop grow and change. Like Big said, you never thought that hip hop would take it this far. Like we're expanding culturally, and from everybody from Scarface to Bun B, who's a professor, to Meek, who's a community, become an activist. Rest in peace, Nip. We've seen hip hop grow so much that it's now expanding to younger communities. You know what I'm saying? We can see influences like Nip and Meek. How do you feel now that you're in the space of age where you 22, but you can see hip hop, the people who are still making changes are young enough to identify with you?
I feel great. I feel like each generation there's a next step forward. Like before it was just the foot in the door with the music, and now it's the foot in the door with everything else around it. And I feel like for me coming up in like music and for people younger that are coming up in hip hop and stuff, it's good that these guys have opened these doors for us already so that now we can keep furthering that. You could be a rapper politician if you want to be, you know what I'm saying, out the gate right now. You know what I'm saying?
That means you have to be mayor of Philadelphia in 20 years.
What's up?
Come on.
He ain't scared.
What's
Man,
up?
I like that attitude.
scared.
That's how Philadelphians do it.
Why you yelling at me?
Because he hates on Philadelphia all the time.
I went to
The
Lincoln.
Sixers.
I went to Lincoln.
All right, so what that mean?
I don't hate on Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
It's really sad the Philadelphia hate.
love Wawa.
Everybody in Philadelphia, just you tell Jameer why he should be a hater.
Come on, Wawa
Wawa
fire?
is the one.
Wawa is the fire.
Wawa
Wawa is fire.
I understand. I know my old head and my young boy.
Right.
See,
I know
he's trying
both.
he's trying to use our slang, but he's trying to be funny. He's the Miley Cyrus of Philadelphia. That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Don't you dare.
You know what that
Don't
means.
you dare.
That means.
Boys, y'all about to be in timeout.
All right, we got to switch gears.
That's
Apparently,
crazy.
I'm getting yelled at. Recently, BET.com
Should I
put up
sit right here
with
now?
Samuel Jackson. And we really want to find out how the late John Singleton gave his blessing to the latest remake of Shaft. Check this out.
I was just about to do a film with John, in the fall. So we talked, he was anxious to see what we had done to make an action comedy out of Shaft. And he trusted the fact that I knew what I was doing. He trusted the fact that Tim, knew what he was doing, and that it was going to be something that, wasn't going to be an embarrassment to the mythology of John Shaft, which was very important to me when I started talking to him about doing what they call a comedy. I said, no, an action comedy, but the level of danger has to be as real as any other Shaft movie.
I mean, that's really important to hear. And again, one, honoring the legacy of John Singleton is super important.
Yeah.
Obviously, a great brother. But also thinking about these reboots and thinking about this moment where so much stuff is happening. The Boondocks is about to come back. We're very excited about that. Amber Gruder announced that. Yes, we're excited about it. Baby Phat is coming back with a Forever 21 collaboration. For talking about 90s fashion. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff from the 90s that's coming back now that I'm super excited about.
Right.
Anything y'all excited to see come back or want to see come back?
I'm excited for Baby Phat, and not necessarily because, I mean, the fashion is like life-changing, because Baby Phat was incredible during its time. The pieces that I've seen at Forever 21 are cool, like they're cute. They're like cute, dope things. My favorite part is seeing the brand now be passed on to Ming and Aoki, and now they're the faces, and where Kimura can kind of be like the mama bear and showing them how to model and no baby put your face that way. Like, I really love them and their family, and I grew up watching them on their different reality shows, and so it's so cute to see now the Harvard accepted Aoki Lee and Ming Lee kind of take on the new business and keep the Simmons hustle going. So I'm excited to see that come back.
Yeah.
I love the fact that 90s fashion is always ingrained here. I love it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see
90s representative.
Yes,
Yes.
as a representative from the 90s. I don't want to see any 90s television shows come back though.
None of them. Not one.
Nah, I'm not enthused because like everybody's at a different point in time in their life.
Yeah.
Like Will Smith starting to look like Uncle Phil a little bit. It's different. He can't be the
Wow.
Fresh Prince. No, did you see when he bungee jumped? They took a picture and he looked exactly like Uncle Phil. There's some things that we just have to appreciate for the time, The shows, I think the Boondocks is still, because it just left like in 2015.
Yeah, it's very soon.
really
It's very
not
soon, right.
coming back. They went on a break.
I don't want to see Martin,
hiatus.
I don't want to see.
You don't want to see Martin?
I don't want to see Martin as
Okay,
it was.
that's the only place you got me. I want to see Martin.
You want to see a new, brand
Yes,
new Martin?
I really
the
do.
same cast?
Yes, I
Tommy
really
ain't even here
do.
no more.
Rest
I know, but
He's
like,
at work.
let's see how we deal with it. Let's see how we deal with
I
it.
meant the character.
Oh, he finally got a job.
Yeah, I mean, we could still deal with him, his
We
tragic
can still
passing.
deal with him.
I think I would think that Tommy would have had to pass on the show. I think that's the
Yeah.
only way.
Yeah.
Because I think
He had his job all
the
the
way they
time.
come back is that they're like celebrating. For me, the first episode would be celebrating his life and like, yo, I haven't seen y'all in years. Da da da. It would have to be like that.
That's
for me
probably
to
what
watch
they
it.
do.
Yeah.
Should be a
He
good
probably
script
died
writer.
on the
Right.
job. They're gonna have some joke about his job.
No,
They're
I
gonna
don't
get
think that's the joke because he real life passed.
Yeah, but he's going to real life pass on the show. Anyway, we got some people right now.
It's crazy.
Danielle Simone on Twitter says different world needs to be rebooted.
Now see
And
that.
hold on. And make Brett Gray the new Dwayne. You better receive that.
Anybody
some
willing to
glasses.
produce this? I am ready for the
Now
check.
that would be fire.
Yes.
You could definitely be the son of Dwayne and Whitney.
Oh, yeah.
Like, cause that's
Oh,
college.
yeah, look
It
at-
continues
Oh,
to
yeah.
happen.
So no, see, you can't do that. So, okay, so there's two things, right? There's the reboot
right.
where you do the show again,
Don't do this.
or you do like the next generation.
Let's do the next generation. That's different.
I like doing it again with you as Dwayne.
Okay.
As
You
opposed
wanna
to you
do it
being
again.
yes.
That's too much.
I think the pressure there is a lot.
That's a lot of pressure.
Because everybody's gonna look at you and be like,
Is he the old Dwayne?
right, you
Right,
Kadeem
exactly.
Hardison. You gotta be Kadeem Hardison.
That's what I'm saying. New generation is perfect.
Yeah, because everyone's still around to play
Right.
parents, to
Right.
send their kids back.
Right.
That happens. Like
Chancellors,
Howard's kids go to
deans.
Howard.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Like,
Howard's
we can do
parents
that.
send their
I
kids
just
to
think
Howard.
the hard thing about reboots is like the time is so different now that
Exactly.
like, it's sort of always targeted towards the people who watch the first thing. So they expect the first thing, but it's like there's internet and cell phones
Exactly,
and
right.
like craziness going on. So like
I think
it's always like cornier.
But I think
you know
a
what
different
mean?
world could work if they had the right producers,
Absolutely.
the right directors,
Debbie Allen.
and
That's
the
true.
right
All
writers.
about the team.
Because
Right
what
writers.
happens is the writing gets so like pandery, like,
Yeah.
ooh, it's lit.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
we're
gonna-
millennials now.
Shoot,
Yo,
shoot, shoot, here we go. Here we are at the parties
Right.
that it becomes so fake that
Right.
no one else, now you don't want to watch
Right.
it. You're like, oh, okay, so you're playing with my life.
I would love to see them do a reboot of like Set It Off.
I'm glad you
Like,
said that.
So funny you said
Tessa
that.
Thompson and like all these just crazy like
Someone
black
wrote in and said that.
actresses.
They said I'd like a reboot of Set It Off with Young M.A.
Yeah, yeah.
as Cleo.
That's a
That's
report.
dope.
That's been a rumor.
That's dope.
I would like
Yes.
to see that.
I
Oh,
could
yeah.
see that.
I can
Oh,
see
yeah.
that.
I could see that. Mika Parker writes in and says on Facebook and says, I would reboot Carl Kanai Clothing and reboot 227. Roberto Ramos says they got to bring back Out All Night, but instead of Patti LaBelle, put in Beyonce.
Now you know.
Okay.
Yeah, because Beyonce's
Yes.
going to do a daily TV show
No,
on
Out All
BET.
Night was a Patti LaBelle sitcom.
Yeah, on BET.
No, it
What
was
was
on
it on?
NBC.
It wasn't NBC. It
Yeah.
re-aired on BET.
Right.
And great job, BET, with that show, by the way.
Absolutely.
Just to be very clear about that.
Out
I
All
want my
Night.
direct
But
deposit.
you know what is coming back?
but no, I love Out All Night. Morris Chestnut was on that.
Morris Chestnut, yeah.
Oh, when he was young.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
When he,
All right.
when he was young.
It got awkward.
Well, he's still fine. He was just younger. But you know what is coming back? What's coming back? All that.
yes,
It's coming back
yes,
to Nickelodeon,
I'm
which
so
is
excited
fire.
for that.
That, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I might have to watch that.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me
'cause
too.
I loved all
Put
that.
me on there.
All right. All right, so let's switch gears. We're not talking about reboots no more. We talking about new shows. On My Block, season
Love
2,
that show.
out on Netflix.
That's a great show.
All right, that is a great show.
Okay.
And we actually have a clip. Why don't we take a look?
I think an apology's in order.
For what?
For what? For all of my mistreatment. I'm tired of being an afterthought. For once, I'd like to be a before thought.
We're sorry.
Can we see the money now?
Seriously, that's all you got?
What do you want us to say?
How about Jamal was right? No, you can't just move your mouths. You gotta say it.
Jamal was right.
Right.
Jamal is not the biggest, fakest liar ever.
Jamal is not the biggest, fakest liar ever.
Jamal is the real glue of our crew.
Jamal is the real glue of our crew.
Jamal's big mouth is not as big as Jamal's
I'm not gonna say that.
big intuition.
Look, we get it. You're the man.
Thank you. We can proceed.
Come on, Ma. Jamal.
Tell us about your character in this show, because On My Block is a really dope coming of age story.
Yes,
on Netflix.
yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about Jamal and this character.
Jamal's crazy. He is crazy. I feel like So we know what the show is about. It's about these 4 kids, and one of them joins a gang, and we're all trying to scramble to figure out how we can find ways to get him out of the gang. But I feel like Jamal still is the only one that reminds me that they're all still 14. He's very young and he's very innocent. His mind doesn't even go to the dark place first. It goes to like the light place. And how can we figure things out as opposed to like the world is ending. Yeah. So I mean, he puts a lot of stress on himself, and he's not good with secrets, and he's really like obsessed with his friends. But like, you know, I think at the end of the day, he's still a kid, and he reminds me that like, you know, that drive and that passion to find the money and that innocence of like just having no fear, even though you're afraid, is like my favorite thing about him.
That's awesome. You did a good job.
Does he get a love interest?
I don't know.
Everyone else does.
Season 3, I honestly have no idea.
Okay.
They don't tell us anything.
Do you want? What's your goal? What's your desire?
I don't even. I feel like season 2 was such a like crazy cliffhanger ending. I I have no idea where they're gonna go.
Don't tell me.
I always think like,
Right.
oh, we're gonna come back and you know Jamal's gonna do this and Marseille's gonna do this and then they like you read the scripts and it's like the complete opposite of whatever you think is gonna happen. So I have no idea. I hope he gets a love interest. I think it's time for Jamal.
You know what? You know what I love about the show? I love that it gives black and brown kids a chance to grow up.
Right.
Like, we never see these kind of coming-to-age stories in series. We see in one-off movies and everything,
Yeah.
but they go through the same things. Shockingly enough, everybody that white people go through when they're 14 years old and they're 15 years old. All right, but it humanizes them as children. Right. It's so fun. It's funny. The writing is great. I love the families.
Right.
So like, I just commend you. Shout out to you, bro.
Thank you.
It's
Keep doing
great.
your thing. Yeah.
We have a comment coming in on YouTube. Danny Love Brett says, "Are you going to do movies next? I want to see you in the theater."
I have some things in the works.
All right.
But
It's a good laugh.
hopefully anybody watching this who wants to hire me in a movie, what's up? Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you'd
Yeah.
be great in a movie. I'd watch you.
Thank you.
You'd be great.
Thank you.
What kind of role would you want to do?
I want to do everything.
Really?
I want to take what you think I can do and then do the opposite of that so that you have no idea what I'm going to do next.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, you have no idea what we're going to do next.
Okay.
Whoa.
We have a game.
Crazy twist.
Okay.
It's called Say What Now. See, this is a game where we quiz the guest on song lyrics. And since you are a singer yourself,
Yeah.
and you're Philadelphia,
No pressure.
this should be no pressure for him, right?
Good with lyrics. Okay.
Yeah.
This will be easy. I'll start you off with something easy.
Okay.
Mimi.
Jumped out of bed, took a shower, dressed, cleaned up my place, made me some breakfast, toast, 2 scrambled eggs.
Where's this going?
Are you Gil Scott?
Do you know
Heron?
the
Why
next
did
line?
you say it like that?
Jill Scott.
Oh my God. I thought you gotta sing the song.
Then I get sued.
Yeah, we can.
Oh.
We can woke up this morning to.
Not like that.
I'm drawing a
smile
blank.
on my
I'm drawing a
face.
blank.
Okay, you want us to do it for you?
Can y'all do it for me?
Grits.
Jill Scott.
Jill Scott.
The way. A Philadelphian,
Guys,
sir.
he's 22 though.
All right,
Wait.
all right.
No, but
No,
it's
no, no,
also,
no, no.
we can't sing the song.
We
so
can't sing the
it's-
song,
All right.
so I don't know these.
All right,
We'll try to sing it
I'll give you a better rendition. I'll give you a
Okay,
better
okay.
rendition, and I'll take it back one.
Okay.
I'll scale it down a little
Scale
bit.
it down.
What's next?
Okay. When I bought that Rolls Royce, they thought it was leased.
Uh-huh.
Then I bought that new Ferrari. Hater, rest in peace.
Uh-huh.
What's the next line?
Oh, no! You're from Philly.
Oh my God.
Wait.
Hand over your Philadelphia.
Yo, one
First of
more
all,
time,
no.
one more time. Do it one more
It's been
time.
so long since I knew every word to that song, and you didn't even give me the hold up, wait a minute.
Okay, so you don't know the song.
But there's something in the middle, because that's the
But
turn
that's
up
when
part.
I
That's
know
the
the
turn up
song.
part. is the
We
part.
still listening at that part. we still like, ooh,
I'm waiting for the drums.
I'm waiting for like,
But he knows the song.
Rest in peace.
The answer is yes. Hater, rest in peace. Rest in
Okay.
peace to the park.
You gotta give him at least
Yo,
partial
I'm
credit
from
for that.
Philly.
Be in a club
I can't
vibe.
tell.
I'm from Philly.
Allegedly, he's from Philadelphia.
He
We
knew
have-
that.
gotta give him a
Allegedly.
super-
Whoa! Square up with him.
I'm just saying, you have to change your driver's license.
Where
You have to.
Where
What you going,
it's been
to Mount
first of
Erie?
all, that song came out years ago when everybody knew every single word. I mean, you're right. I should know every
That
single
is the
word.
Philadelphia national anthem.
I should know every single word, but
That
it's
is.
been a minute.
All right, last one.
All right, you got partial credit.
Now,
All right.
I,
We're
I'm
going
going
to
to.
curve.
Can I quit?
So we've done Jill Scott, we've done Meek Mill. So I'm going to give you a hint and pivot to make it easier. I'm going to move away from black
I think
people.
you know this. You would know this.
Maybe.
I'm off the deep end. Watch as I dive in. I'll never meet the ground.
Deep and watches I do.
Yeah. That's
I
good,
can't sing the
that's
song.
good. Yeah.
The ground.
You can sing.
I
Go ahead.
just know, da 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 da.
Yeah, you got it.
Boom, 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 boom.
I never. That's it.
All that.
Shallow.
The
Lady
correct
Gaga,
answer, though, is
yeah.
crash through the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shallow now.
No one knew that.
Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, who was from
Who was
Philadelphia.
From Philly, yeah.
Bradley
He went to
Cooper.
Germantown Academy.
Yes. How do you know he's from Germantown Academy? and don't know
Because
the song?
I'm from Philly, y'all.
Wait,
It's just
can
the
we give him
lyrics.
an easy one?
You know somebody from Philly, maybe.
I know a lot of people from Philly.
No, I mean, maybe you're not from Philly. You just
That's crazy.
know a guy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's
Don't do
me.
that.
Where, maybe you know somebody from
Oh! Is he trying to?
What part of Philly
you from?
Ooh, North Philly. North Philly.
Philly. What part of North Philly?
Hunter Park.
Okay.
12th and dessert.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, all right, see?
All right.
Wu-Tang.
That's the big
Can we
joke.
give him an easy one?
Wu-Tang.
In West Philadelphia.
Born and raised on the playground, where I spent most of my days chilling out, Mexican, relaxing, I'm cool, and all shooting some balls. I had to go to a couple of guys who was no good. Started making trouble in the neighborhood. I got one little fight in my
He
mom's
got it, he
upstairs
got it.
because you moving with your auntie and Uncle Bel Air.
See?
Hey!
All right.
He said, Mark, don't challenge me,
Don't
cuz.
challenge
You are allowed to King of Prussia, Pennsylvania.
That's a good mall, by the way. Good mall.
That is a good mall.
Good mall. Good
All
mall.
right, earlier we asked if
Wow.
you could reboot anything from the 90s,
hilarious.
what would it be? Barg Big Mama Hall said on Facebook
Big
says,
Mama.
bring back the Golden Girls with some sisters. Ma'am, that is called Girlfriends. We saw it.
No, older.
No, they're
It's
not.
called,
They weren't old.
Huh? I'm just saying, I was like, you don't need a black show of the Golden Girls because Girlfriends did that so well.
No, but
No.
you need an older black.
So you want some old black women?
Yes.
Yeah, black
In
women
Miami?
have
Loretta
old-
Devine, Jennifer
Cicely
Lewis.
Tyson.
Loretta,
Cicely Tyson can play.
Tyson
She can play.
could play
She
the
can play
Betty White
Sophia.
character,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can make it happen.
Yeah, we
All right,
And it would be
fine.
funny.
That's a good
It'd be
idea.
funny.
It would be funny.
I'll allow it. Marlon Harrison on YouTube wants to reboot Soul Train. What do we think?
I associate that with more like 70s, 80s television.
Yeah.
But yes,
But they had the end of the Soul Train line
Yeah,
with Shamar Moore.
for sure.
Yeah, and that was the final stop.
Yeah.
That's when I got off.
You reached the final stop, right?
Yeah, that's when I
Everybody
got
off.
You can watch Soul
So-
Train on BET though. American Soul.
Yes, you can.
American
So-
Soul.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Sophie's Coolin' Tales on YouTube says, reboot Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, I'm with it.
Directed
I'm with
by
it.
Jordan
Jordan
Peele.
Peele.
Oh, that
that
would
would
be
be-
fire.
okay.
That would
Yes.
be fire.
We'll
Would you
need
wanna-
10%.
Would you want to hop in?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, I would do that one. That's the one. What?
nothing.
No, because now I'm on the defense.
I don't want no problems, man.
Okay.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
I don't
What?
like Philly slander. I don't like.
I know this is.
You gotta go. Y'all, I'm out.
This is
I just
He
said
started
no.
it.
Philly crime right
I
now.
don't want Philly crime. I love y'all. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
bring peace.
kumbaya.
Kumbaya.
We're good.
What?
All right.
We're good.
We're gonna
What
go
this
get a
is
whole.
is-
That's how we show.
This is how Philly
Same
shows
energy.
love. This is how
Friendship,
Philly
yeah.
shows.
We need to unpack
And at the
that.
end, we're gonna.
Let's unpack this. Okay.
Yo, we had so much fun with you today,
Thank you.
man.
Thank
We gotta
you.
make sure you come
Thank
back.
y'all for having me.
Season 2.
Season 3.
Season
Season
3.
3. Sorry.
Season 3.
You're
You're
coming out.
You're on season
I'm still
2.
finishing up season 2.
He has the
Season
DVDs.
3.
He has the-
Wow.
We're gonna get him
got the
Netflix.
Netflix box set.
We'll get you the digital
Wow.
right.
His
This
Netflix
still comes in
coming
the
in the
mail. See what Philly does to you? That's what happens. We come together against you, sir. Remember to follow us on
All of
Facebook
Philly?
and Twitter and to subscribe on YouTube. And you can watch us live every day at 10 a.m. Eastern. But we're not going anywhere. We're going over to Black Coffee to refill at Twitter, so stay right there. Conversation continues.
Anyone.